It's not as big as a worldwide event, but really, in the athlete's point of view, it is. Any competition that you go to is important.
She likes swimming and water skiing and collecting gold medals. And Bart, she'll collect a bunch before she retires.
Without a doubt, and certainly on the balance beam. This was an exciting performance the other night in the all-around competition. She got off to a rough start on bars, but look at that. She did a tremendous laid-out backflip from a round-off. Excellent tumbling combination. She's exciting on beam because she does all the important acrobatic skills, and yet she's very smooth.
And she's just down the road from her hometown, so that crowd gets behind her.
Well, I feel like since the Olympic Festival is in Houston, that it's going to help all of the girls that train here in Houston. I think it's going to help them out a lot because they're going to have a lot of people, like their relatives or their family or their friends coming to see them and help them through the meet, you know. And then when the crowd gets behind you, you know, you're just like so, you know, just ready to go for it.
So poised for just 14 years old.
It's amazing how confident she is up there because she is doing, as I mentioned, all of the most difficult elements, and she just blasts through the routine. Look at that, a great side somersault. And now all she's thinking is, I gotta nail that pike double back.
You know, Bart, she reminds me of Scotty Hamilton. When Scotty was skating, he always would work the crowd. She's got such an electrifying smile. Now, Christy says her favorite event, the floor exercise.
Well, my hardest event right now is probably bars because I've had a few injuries with my arms and I haven't been able to work them as much as I've been able to work the other events. But they're coming along pretty good now. And probably my easiest event for me is floor right now because, like I said, it's my favorite. And whatever your favorite event is, it's usually one of your easier ones.
Another Bella Caroli coach product, Phoebe Mills, only 13 years old, second in the U.S., and a former speed skating champion.
I started gymnastics when I was about 4, and, you know, I was flipping around the house and stuff, and so my mom said, you know, I better start doing something, you know, because I was breaking everything. And so they started me in gymnastics, and I liked it, so, you know, I kept going.
And indeed, she did keep it going, a 9.5 on this routine.
And this was a very critical performance for her in the all-around competition. She had some very difficult tumbling runs, and she totally nailed them.
Phoebe likes swimming and diving and speed skating, and I would assume eventually beating Christy.
Well, she was a very determined competitor here. Look at that concentration. She blasts into this full in. Perfect.
And you, of course, Bart, as a former competitor, know the advantage of a good start. Also the advantage of support starting with your family.
My family helps me a lot. My mom, you know, and my 2 little brothers, they came down here to live with me, and we have an apartment, and it really helps a lot then.
Now she's going to set up for her second tumbling run. This is a pike double back. And you can tell Bella Caroli is going to ease her into it.
Look at the nerves on his face.
How could you not want to perform for a coach with that kind of enthusiasm?
How many coaches say, yoo-hoo?
All right.
You can tell she was psyched because on the last tumbling run, she almost bounds completely out of the air as she does a double twist. And whoa, too much juice. She was really flying.
Bella does have a way of finding him with the same size and body frame, doesn't he?
And very explosive gymnast. That's what he's looking for.
How was I give up? Give us, thank you. Oh, that was amazing.
Galala Phoebe, she is probably one of the fastest growing American athlete, and I believe she's gonna be one of the most successful around 88. It's her great advantage growing in this program. Along, she was teammate with Mary Lou. She's teammate now with all the other ones who grow into great champion like Julia McNamara. And now they are in a great competition with Christy and pushing each other and competing against each other. And this positive competition, everyday competition, should make both of them growing fast and very directly, and they have no day off. They're competing all the time. So that's exactly what I'll bring them up again on the high level of gymnastics, just like Mary Lou used to be with her great competition with Diane Durham at that time, 83, 82. Or Nadia back in 1976, becoming an Olympic champion because her great competition with Teodora Unguriano, who was just behind her and pushing her and competing against. And finally, sure, these girls, and through this great competition, became excellent athletes and very high-level athletes. Where there is no competition, there is no progress.
No competition, no progress. That's the story from Bela Karolyi. Well, his two stars were outstanding in the preliminary competitions. Phoebe Mills qualified very consistently in 4 events, so she's in the final in all apparatus finals, with a 2nd or 3rd position qualifying coming in tonight's competition. Well, Christy Phillips was outstanding. She won 3 of the events coming in tonight's competitions with 9.75s. She is outstanding, and I think she can win 3 gold medals tonight.
And let's not count Kelly Garrison out by any means. A gold medal game in hockey. Here again, Tim Brando.
Welcome to Sam Houston,
Texas. We have got a near-capacity crowd for a great finale. 4 events for you tonight on ESPN as the gals go in the vault, the uneven bars, the balance beam, and the floor exercise. And our top 6 finishers in the vault after competition the other night: Kelly Garrison, Cindy Tom, Phoebe Mills, Dina Margolin, Christy Phillips, and Corinne Wright. First up, a 2-time gold medalist here at the festival, Kelly Garrison, 19 years old, out of the University of Oklahoma.
Now, tonight's final competition is a little different than we saw in the all-around. The girls will be doing 2 vaults, but the vaults have to be from a different family, so they have to be completely different.
5 years on the senior national team.
Oh, too bad. That was a handspring tucked front, and she was just too short on the rotation. Nothing you can do.
Since this is a finals competition, each athlete will perform 2 vaults.
She gets onto the horse here. Her knees are a little bit bent, and she doesn't quite have the height or the rotation. And when your feet are out there, there's not much you can do to try and save that landing.
Do you know it when you're in the middle of the flip? Do you know you're not going to land well?
Yeah, you know that ground is awfully close. You don't know exactly where it is, but you know as you're flying through the air like, oh, baby, what am I going to do?
And you notice on the shot right there, the tape on that left ankle. You were spending some time with Kelly out by the pool. How bad is it?
Well, I think her ankle is actually okay, but your ankles do take a beating in gymnastics, and over the long competition throughout the whole year, they do stay pretty sore. We noticed that she did a handspring front as her first vault. Now, that is not the vault that she used in the all-around competition. I expect now she'll do a laid-out Tsukahara, which is the vault that she competed. She chose to do that rather a different vault for her as the first one, and then finish up here with a stronger vault, the laid-out Tsukahara. Let's see if she does it. Okay, a little short of rotation on that layout Tsukahara, but that's the vault she used in the all-around competition.
She likes water and snow skiing. Her favorite event, the balance beam. Kelly Garrison with a 9.55 on Friday night.
She's not quite as high as she was the night before, and you can see she's a little short of rotation, so she has to take a step forward in towards the horse, and that course will be a couple of tenths of a point deduction. Look at the look on her face as she blasts down this runway. She really has to muster up all the possible energy she needs, because she just looked a little tired, and she didn't quite have the spunk that she did in the earlier competitions.
There is Kelly Garrison, who has won this festival twice. With all the attention focusing on Phoebe and on Christy, I would imagine that Kelly's putting a little extra pressure on herself.
I'm sure she would like to win a couple of gold medals tonight if she possibly can.
Cindy Tom out of West Covina, California, 9.45 Friday night.
Okay, now that was actually a mistake, I believe. Cindy, I don't know what her vault was supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be a laid-out Tsukahara. She got ready to straighten her body out. She actually tucked. You can see what happened here. There's a round off on. Now watch, she's supposed to keep her body straight. She tucks and then straightens her legs out. So it's sort of a half-tucked, half laid-out Tsukahara. I think the judges will hit her pretty hard for that. Let's see again. Right here, she bends her knees. She should keep her legs straight, as she does there, for the last half of the vault. I think she was a little confused.
Kelly Garrison averaged an 8.775 tonight, 19.325 overall, temporarily in the top spot. Second vault, Cindy Tom, age 14 from California.
Okay, now that's the vault that she was going to do the first time around, and she did it beautifully that time.
Cindy needs a score of 9.875 to tie Kelly Garrison.
The unfortunate thing with that first vault was that the tuck Tsukahara is not a very high difficulty rated vault. This one is much better. Perfect position in the air, nice high positioning, and a good job on the landing. That vault will score much better than the first one did.
Ranked 14th currently in the United States, age 14, out of West Covina, California. She likes reading, horses, and playing the piano. Waiting for her scores.
Score for the second vault, 9.40.
A 9.40 on Cindy Tom's second vault, so that will not be good enough to overtake Kelly Garrison so far. Here is Phoebe Mills. Boy, did she electrify the crowd Friday night.
And she is very exciting on the vault. She's going to do these new round-off approach vaults. She does a round-off onto the board, back handspring onto the horse, and then a full twisting Tsukahara off the horse. Here she goes. Great speed. Nice job.
Phoebe scored a 9.65 on Friday night. Gets a hug from her coach, Bella Caroli, right there. How does he keep coming up with all the nicknames?
You hold it a little bit back. Now in the second with the good run, okay? Good action.
It's kind of hard to understand him, isn't it? Let's see what happens here now. She does the round off here, back handspring onto the horse, and what, she's going to tuck, do a backflip with a full twist, and she has lots of energy. She bounces out of that. Okay, one more time. Here she is, feet on the board, hands on the horse. Good job.
9.70 on the first vault for Phoebe Mills. Let's talk about the correlation here between leg strength and arm strength in the vault.
Well, certainly you need good speed as she has here, but you need good arm push off the horse right here. Nice job. Now that was a similar vault, but she did it in the laid out position. And that's the vault where she got her big score the other night in the preliminary competition.
That was good. Good job.
That was good, the coach said. It was good for a 9.70 the first time around. Let's take a look at vault number 2.
Okay, this vault is a little bit different. She does the same approach, but right here she's going to keep her body straight and do the full twist. That is a tough vault.
Look, she's got sprays in her legs. She lands so softly.
Again, a 9.70.
Once again, perfect position in the air. A big hop on the landing, but that's a tough vault. She'll get high score for that, I'm sure.
Back-to-back 9.70s for Phoebe Mills out of Northfield, Illinois. She's your new leader. Deanna Margolin from Hazlet, New Jersey, up next.
Okay, now there's a laid-out Tsukahara, the same vault that Kelly Garrison used on her second vault. It's important to keep in mind that what the judges are looking for here is good clean form in the pre-flight, nice explosive push off of the horse, and a good distance past the horse and good height. You can see here she doesn't quite get an excellent push off the horse, so she's a little close to the horse, and she's not quite high enough.
And unlike some other events, Bart, there's really no way in vault to disguise a mistake. It's all out there.
It certainly is, and the judges are, of course, looking for that strong landing. You have to stick the landing if you're going to get the big score here in the finals. Let's see what she chooses to use for her second vault here. Well, a little trouble on the landing, but that was a better vault than the first one. That's a tucked handspring front, and I don't know why she had trouble on the landing. Let's see what happened. She has good speed, nice position onto the horse. It looked to me like she didn't quite get the block that she's used to getting off the horse. Let's see what happens here. Right here, she needs a stronger push. Her arms are a little bent and her shoulders shrugged. And I think she couldn't control it after that.
Second vault is now being posted.
8.85 for Deanna Margolin out of Hazlet, New Jersey. And now here is Christy Phillips, our gold medalist in the all-round the other night, 14 years of age, out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She wants to be an orthodontist when she grows up. What a smile she's got of her own, eh, Bart?
She is very exciting to watch. Okay, here we go. Oh, what a vault. We talked about the importance of sticking those landings.
Careful, hit that back very, very long back. Now, calm down. Come on and put your arms right, okay? And kick it hard. I'm gonna take one out, okay? Kick it as hard as you can, okay? Let's go.
Bella Caroli said he's going to take one of the mats out. He's going to give her about 4 more inches of landing room, because what he's going to do is ask her to do a similar vault, but in the laid out position. She does the same vault that Phoebe Mills did, but boy, did she nail the landing. That's what you have to do in the finals.
A 9.80 for Christy on her first vault. Now, Phoebe got a 9.70. In fact, she got 2 of them. Phoebe is your new leader with 19.35 as the total.
The only difference between that vault and Phoebe Mills' vault was that Christy stuck the landing cold. You have to do that in the finals. Okay, now I think she's going to do a laid out Sukahara with a full this time from a round off approach. What a great vault! That's the best one I've ever seen her do.
Let me second. Very good. Hey, that was a good one. Good.
Did you see Bella? He was as high off the mat watching as Christy was airborne. He came off there like a 747 liftoff.
Christie's first vault to 9.75, and in just a moment they're going to be posting the score for her second vault.
Let's take a look at this tremendous effort. She's going to keep her body straight in the full right here, straight position. Nice work. That's the best one I've ever seen her do. And you know, Phoebe Mills put the pressure on her, and she came through.
From Mount Vernon, New York, our 17-year-old vaulter is...
There they are, the coach and the pupil. And our new leader is Christy Phillips. There is Bella right now. Bella's kids are running 1-2. Now a young lady out of Mount Vernon, New York. She's 17 years old, Corinne Wright.
You will not believe how powerful Corinne is. Look at, she just about walks into this vault. Okay, now that's a laid out Sukahara. She has good height and fantastic distance past the horse. And she looks pretty casual about it all, doesn't she?
It's her second year on the senior national team. Her favorite event is the floor exercise. We'll be coming back and picking that up throughout the course of the evening. And if you missed it the other night, boy, is she something in the floor exercise.
You know what amazes me on the vault here and floor, both the tumbling skills and acrobatic skills that she does are done so easily. She just about walks into her vault and her tumbling passes. She is so explosive.
And everything appears to be so effortless. While some of the gals will come down that runway holding their breath, she's actually smiling.
Now vault number 2.
Corinne needs a 9.875 to top Phoebe Mills. Second try. 9.60 on vault number 1.
Okay, here we go. Whoa, whoa. That was a great vault. She had trouble on the landing, but that was so high. That was a Sukahara with a full twist in the tuck position. But boy, did she get a great block off the horse.
So we will total up the scores. Phoebe Mills currently in the second spot. Christy Phillips in the top spot. We'll come back as we've just seen gold, silver, and bronze in the vault. Lots more gymnastics live on ESPN.
Here that they're ready. They're ready for the hurdles. So let's go over to Robertson Stadium.
Then they run. 14-year-old Christy Phillips gets the gold. 13-year-old Phoebe Mills the silver. And Corinne Wright, 17 out of Mount Vernon, New York, gets the bronze spot. The final in the vault competition for the ladies here tonight. Over on the uneven bars. First up, Jennifer Barton with a good score on Friday night. Bart, a 9.30. Second best score of the night.
And she has gotten off to an outstanding start. Look at the great line that she has. Watch now. Right here, she gets right up to a perfect handstand. Free hip right to the top. Very smooth giant swing. And a beautiful toe on front with a half. Only one step on the landing. But a great exercise.
Currently ranked 21st in the United States, born in Atlanta, Georgia. She likes horseback riding and collecting stuffed animals. Jennifer Barton looking for a medal here in the uneven bars.
And she trains at the Scats in Huntington Beach, California, and she follows a long line of great bar workers from the Scats program. Look at the extension and nice height on that toe on front with a half. One more time, you can see here on the giant swing, she has perfect position, flip forward, half turn out, and only one step on the landing.
There she is, Jennifer Barton, her hometown, Jacksonville, Florida, where she goes to Marina High School. Must be tough to go to high school in Florida and train in California. You've got to be a frequent flyer.
Actually, she goes to Marina High School in Huntington Beach, California.
Score for Jennifer Barton, 9.20.
A 9.20 for Jennifer Barton to go along with her 9.30 the other night. She's in the top spot, 18.50. That's the mark to shoot for. Denise Villers will try. She's 16 from Houston, a hometown product and another of Bella's kids.
Another one of Bella's kids. Well, let's see how she does here on the bars. Nice work on the giant swing. Oh, that was cool. That was a giant to a blind. It's called a Jaeger, a straddled front flip. Boy, this is a great routine. She's doing nice giant work, good releases, and she's doing nice transitional moves between the high bar and the low bar, which you don't see very many girls doing these days. What a great dismount. Two giants to a perfect tuck double back.
Good job. Hey. Great.
You know, you wonder when brother's going to break their neck one time.
Boy, his girls are cleaning up here. There's a half-turn glide. Shoot through. Now she's back up to the high bar, where she casts up to a nice handstand. Excellent work on the giant swings. A little bit bend in the arm and the lower back. But watch this. What a landing on a tuck double back.
Now, Denise needed a 9.35 to tie Jennifer Barton, who's holding on to the top spot on the uneven with an 18.50. Denise was born in Wilmington, Ohio. She lives here in Houston. She's a straight A student. She likes jazz and painting and diving, and she scores a 9.10. Not very popular with the fans here. She's currently in the second spot as Phoebe Mills now will go for the gold. She qualified with a 9.25 on Friday night.
Boy, look at this exercise. Excellent.
Press those.
That was the best routine of your life. Hey, the little thingy. That was something. All right. Good.
What many people don't know about Phoebe Mills is that before getting interested in gymnastics,
She's got some padding in that backside. The best routine of her life. Now, would you buy a used car from that man?
You have to love Bella Caroli. What an enthusiastic coach. He's very proud of his stable of gymnasts.
Runs in the family.
The gal you're watching up on the uneven bars, believe it or not, a former national speed skating champion.
That was a perfect pike double back. I would like once again to thank Bella Caroli for providing the commentary throughout that exercise. Maybe we can get him over here to do the replays. What do you think?
He's going to have to join after the union pretty soon. A 9.40 for Phoebe Mills, 18.65. She takes over the top spot. Jennifer Barton slips down to the second. Robin Richter up next, qualified on Friday with a 9.35. She is 14 years old out of Lincoln, Nebraska.
And she was the top qualifier in this event. She starts off with stalled her pirouette, but she's up to the high bar. Nice, very quick free hip. Excellent reverse hex. Straddle back to the low bar. Back up the handstand. There's a staller. Very well done. Giant swing. And a pike Coleman each. Another great exercise. These girls are nailing their routines tonight.
Out of St. Joseph Catholic High School, she likes collecting bears and water skiing. Robin Richter, she needs a 9.30.
Okay, right here she's going to kip up to a handstand. It's a very good free hip, very explosive right at the top there. There's a giant swing right to a reverse hecht. She clears the bar in perfect position. Once again, here's the giant swing. Toe on, half turn, back flip out. That's a Coleman each dismount and a perfect landing.
As in Nadia Comaneci, and I think she really brought at least this aspect of women's gymnastics to U.S. national attention.
And she really was the first gymnast to ever show the gymnastics community that perfection can be obtained.
Kelly Garrison up next. She qualified with that 9.10. It's been a tough week for Kelly. I think there's a lot of pressure on her. She's 19 years old, the veteran on this national team, and being pressed by a couple of 14 and 13-year-olds. Now, Robin Richter got a 9.25. She slides into the second spot, just 5/100ths behind Phoebe Mills. Here's Kelly.
Okay, almost over on that handstand. Good control, free hip, with a full turn. That's a nice combination. Good giant swing. There's a half turn to a move called a Delchev. She moves very quickly on the bars.
Sometimes, can you get ahead of yourself? You rush a performance?
Every once in a while, I think you can get anxious, and especially in competition, it's important to keep continual control throughout the exercise and yet not let that anxious or nervous energy throw you off the bars. Here she is, does a half turn to a front. That's called a Delchev. There's a glide, half turn, glide, shoot through. Back up to the high bar. Nice work on a free hip to a perfect handstand. Now here's the dismount. She straddles through and does a tuck double back. One little hop on the landing. Once again, you can see she straddles through on the giant swing. It's a very high tuck double back. Almost too high. She over-rotated it.
Kelly, coached by Dave Henley at Short Grass Gymnastics out of the University of Oklahoma, 5 years on the senior national team. She needs a 9.55 to tie Phoebe Mills. Next up, Beth Hansen out of Somerset, Wisconsin. The last member to go, representing the North team.
Kelly Garrison
Qualified on Friday night with a 9.20. Kelly Garrison's score, excuse me, Bart, was 9.25, so she's at 18.35. Way down on the list right now, it's Phoebe Mills, Robin Richter, and Jennifer Barton. 1, 2, 3.
Oh no. She totally blew that mount. It's unfortunate because now she's got to regain composure. But wait till you see her start to swing. Look at that, it's a front giant swing. Original move, and look how high that is. That's called a Jaeger, and she does it so high. It's unfortunate she got off to a really rough start because she is great on the bars. Look at those giant swings, very smooth, and a tuck double back. Perfect landing, but unfortunately she got off to a rough start, and that's going to cost her.
15th in the U.S. currently, coached by Lance and Jan Crowley at Crowley's Gymnastics Center in St. Paul. Favorite event, the uneven bars and floor exercise for Beth Hansen, who would like to be a veterinarian upon graduating from college.
I don't know exactly what happened right here. I think she was not supposed to go over. She was going to come back and do a free hip on the first bar or even a stalder. Right here, she's flying. Too much energy, as we talked about. You got to control the energy. And instead, she goes over. She has to totally make up this part of the routine and try and get back into the rhythm of the exercise.
Actually, all things considered, that was a remarkable recovery.
Very well done. Nice giant swings to a tuck double back, and that's high. It's just too bad she got off to such a rough start.
So there are 2 events yet to come, the balance beam and the floor exercise. You'll see Corinne Wright, who will have them on their feet here in Houston. It's a near capacity crowd. What great crowds we have had. Over 5,000 for rhythmic gymnastics. The largest crowd to ever see that sport in the United States. Last night, 12,000 plus were here for the men's final. We will tabulate the results in the uneven bars and come right back. More gymnastics live on ESPN. 5. Robin Richter, 18.60. Kelly Garrison dipped down with an 18.35. And Beth Hansen, an 18.25. We are just beginning the balance beam. And there, the results in the uneven bars. The gold medal goes to 13-year-old Phoebe Mills. Robin Richter out of Lincoln, Nebraska gets the silver. And Jennifer Barton out of Jacksonville, Florida, the bronze belongs to her. First up now on the balance beam, Dana Lister, just 13, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
This is a great event for Dana. I'm so pleased to see her competing in finals here against some of the strongest competition we have going in the United States on the balance beam. Both Phoebe Mills and Christy Phillips, of course, being outstanding. But Dana is definitely in their class. She does all of the difficulty. She has nice, elegant movement. Very clean full turn. Nice split leap. Maybe just a little off on that aerial cartwheel, but she keeps her arms moving and keeps the rhythm of the exercise. What a great shot at a perfectly straight round off, laid out backflip. That's a great combination, and she did it perfectly. Oop, that was fun. And a great double twist dismount, a very clean routine all the way throughout.
Dana Lister is 13 out of Tulsa. She is coached by Christy Kraft at Gymnastics Country USA in Tulsa. She attends Metro Christian Academy. She said her favorite event is the beam. And if the name Lister sounds familiar, it should. Her sister Dakin is a member of the U.S. National Gymnastics team.
Here's a good look at just how perilous those feet placements have to be on the beam. She has good turnout, which of course provides the strongest landing position and the strongest hip flexion so that she can maintain control on the beam throughout the exercise.
That was National Rhythmic Gymnastics, like a little tongue-tied. Sitting next to you for 4 days and watching you do autographs.
Never in your life. Her balance beam scores 9.35. Next up,
Christy has already won the gold in the all-round, the gold in the vault here tonight. You know her by now, 14 from Baton Rouge, just down the pike.
We saw this routine in the preliminaries, and it was great. She got a 9.75. Let's see if she can repeat. Okay, here comes one of the more difficult acrobatic movements. Round off, lay out back. Perfect. Right on top, and it was so high. Nice split lead. Perfect. Back straddle down. We said at the top of the show, one of the greatest qualities that Christy has going for her is that she can do all the acrobatic movements, and that watch some of this stuff. There's the reverse plunge.
Helps to be flexible.
That is unbelievable. And there's the Phillips. It's a straddled reverse plunge where her back is actually bent at 90 degrees.
Behind her on the beam, Bella is doing some of the same contortions down on the ground. He really gets into it when his kids are out there.
Oh, did she nail that? Now, that was a side somersault, and I watched her do it twice in the warm-ups, and she fell off both times. But what a competitor she is. When she gets in the performance competition, she's getting after it. What a great dismount. A pike double back. She is hot.
I was good. The best routine of your life. Hey, you little sucker. Wait. That was a good one.
A standing ovation here in the Summit in Houston for Christy Phillips, 14 out of Baton Rouge.
That was a good. Holy smoke, that was a good one. That was great.
She needed a 9.05. No doubt at all that she got at least that and much more. 9.80 for Christy Phillips. There's your new leader. Little hug from Dana Lister.
She seems pretty pleased to have that one over with. I don't know what it is about Bella Caroli, but he says every time they come off, he says, the routine of your life. I don't know how he continues to get the best routine of their lives every time, but you can see once again here, she has tremendous work in this handstand, reverse plunge. Now she's gonna straddle. Ouch. That doesn't look that comfortable, Jim. Okay, here's the dismount. And she totally nails this. This is great. It's a round off, pike double back. She took a step on it the night before. But boom, what a landing.
And what a reaction by the coach, Bella Caroli. Watch him. Ah, yes, the routine of your life. Tough spot to be in right now. There's your leader, Christy Phillips. Tough spot to be in for a youngster out of Cincinnati, 16 years old, Catherine Kelleher. To follow a performance like that, the crowd was up, everybody was distracted, and Catherine up on the beam right now. So this really takes concentration.
I kind of know what this is like, because having competed with some of the best men gymnasts in the country, I always ended up going up after Mitch Gaylord or Peter Vidmar or Jim Hartung, Scott Johnson, Tim Daggett, some of those really strong competitors.
Catherine Kelleher, coached by Gary Warren at Queen City Gymnastics in Cincinnati. Her favorite event, the uneven bars. It's her first year on the senior national team. She's ranked 18th right now, and a nice performance for Catherine. She qualified fourth with a 9.25. She needed a 10.30. Impossible, of course, to catch Christy Phillips. Dana Lister currently is holding on to the second spot. Robin Richter, who has already picked up a silver medal in the uneven bars, up next. Robin with a 9.10 the other night, so she's got a long way to go to get the gold. 9th in the balance beam at the championships this year. Robin?
She had a very exciting competition at the championships this year. She was very consistent, and it was a surprise to see us that she placed so high, but she's now a very strong member of the national team. She was 13th in the all-around at those competitions in Indianapolis just about 2 months ago.
Nebraska, Robin Richter.
Indianapolis, one of the cities bidding for the sports festival in 1989. Really can't say enough about the people here in Houston. They just put on a terrific show.
And they are really supporting all of the gymnasts, not just their hometown favorites. There's a stoop through to a straddled V seat. Nice jump combination, split jump, straight jump. Beautiful, switch legs split leap, very high, tremendous amplitude. That's one of the things that the judges are looking for, is that throughout the exercise she has good extension in the legs. She works high up on her toes, and on the acrobatic movements she gets tremendous height above the beam. Back handspring to a layout. Tremendous work. It looked to me like she was a little bit off, but she compensated beautifully. Even there, she was a little off on that full turn. She went full and a quarter, but she had nice arm movements, and she kept the rhythm of the exercise moving.
Now, Bart, Robin is one of the taller on the beam, and even 5 feet. How important is size here?
Well, you find that the best gymnasts in the world are really very short and very small. 5 feet is probably one of the taller of the top gymnasts we have going. And there's a very simple full twist dismount, but there was plenty of difficulty earlier in the exercise, so it'll score pretty well.
Robin Lichter out of Lincoln, Nebraska, currently 13th on the U.S. national team, coached by Petty Liddick at the Nebraska School of Gymnastics in Lincoln. First year in the national senior team.
Here's the handstand. Now watch this. She's going to stoop through. You got to have either really short legs or really long arms to do that. And there's a V seat in the straddle position. Now here's the back handspring to the layout. Good position. It looked to me like she was maybe just leaning a little bit, but she did a great job in keeping it moving. Never a bobble. And here's the dismount. Now, this is only a backflip with a full twist. It's a relatively easy dismount, and they'll have to make a deduction because it isn't commensurate with the rest of the difficulty in the exercise, but still a very good routine for Robin.
Out of St. Joseph's Catholic High School, Robin Richter, a 9.40. That puts her in the 4th spot, 18.50. Another member of the West team, Lisa Panzeroni right now. If you were 4'11" and 182 pounds, you'd be sitting alongside Bart and as an announcer.
Okay, here's a press to a handstand in a stagged position. Now she's going to plunge down. That's a beautiful position. Now she has really nice extension in her legs. Perfect line. Okay, here we go. That's a nice move. That's a swing through to a layout backflip. Very nice work. Handspring walkout. It looks simple, but that's a pretty hard move. Okay, she's setting up now for her next tumbling combination. Whoa, that was a back handspring to a laid out backflip. And there was no way she could stay on that one. That was a nice straddle jump, working on the side of the beam. Facing sideways, I should say. She has quite a good deal of difficulty, but the exercise is a little choppy, but a very nice dismount with a double twist.
Sixth on the junior team nationally out of Columbus, Ohio. She's coached by Bill and Donna Strauss at the Parkettes in Allentown. Lisa Panzerani.
Okay, there's the back handspring to the layout. And she was off, and boy, you'll fight like crazy, but there's nothing that you can do.
That is a frustrating feeling, isn't it?
You can see right there that her foot was off.
Gone.
And then it's bye-bye. That's 0.5 of a point deduction for a fall.
Yet to go, one of Bella's kids, Phoebe Mills. As we wait for the score for Lisa, she needed a 10.40 to overtake Christy Phillips. Impossible, of course, but there is Phoebe, first in the balance beam at the Canadian Classic this year. For Lisa, 8.80, 17.95, far down on the list. Phillips in the top spot, Dana Lister second, Catherine Kelleher third. Where will Phoebe Mills finish up? She qualified with a 9.60. She has already collected a silver in the all-round, a gold here tonight in the uneven, and a silver in the vault.
Very nice head spring mount. She was outstanding the other night in the all-around competition on the balance beam. It was a very critical event for her. And here comes some of the big acrobatic move. Back handspring, layout, layout. Whoa! And you can see Bella Caroli in the background helping her through this exercise.
He was creating some wind currents to keep her on the beam. When you're on the beam, what's the biggest distraction you face?
Well, I think that certainly there's good and bad when you have a big, loud, boisterous crowd. They can inspire you, but certainly if you hear some distracting noises, it's very important that the gymnast not lose her concentration. Boy, there was another swing through layout. But you can see that she is keeping very good control, and she looks completely zeroed in, and you have to be if you're going to do these kinds of acrobatic skills. That was a perfect front, a little wobbly when she tried to stand up out of it. It's a Y scale. Okay, now she's going to set up for her dismount. Will be a round off to a double back. Here we go. Oh, just a little short on the landing.
4'6" and 70 pounds, just 13 years old. One of our great juniors, Phoebe Mills.
All right.
Big competition here in Houston for her. She needed a 9.95.
No, ready for floor. Good floor.
Oh, here's a great shot at getting an idea just how narrow that balance beam is. Look at the feet work. She does 2 layouts there, and it's unbelievable that she stayed on that balance beam. She was almost working on the side of it. Great shot. Here's the shoulder stand. And here comes the double back dismount. You'll see that she's a little short on the rotation. There's a round off there. Now she reaches. She's pulling like crazy, but unfortunately I think she kicked out just a little too soon and compensated by having to take one big step forward.
Boy, those replays of the movement on the feet on the beam, some terrific pictures all week long here in gymnastics. Our director, Jay Mullen. Now, Phoebe Mills needed a 9.95 to overtake Christy Phillips for the top spot. Phoebe totals a 9.35 on the balance beam. 18.95. She slides into the second spot. So Dana Lister an 18.80. That's a bronze medal performance. Christy Phillips gets the gold. 19.55 her two-day total after a 9.80 here tonight. Catherine Kelleher finished up fourth. Robin Richter in the fifth spot. Lisa Panzeroni with an 8.80 tonight and a 17.95. And the silver goes to Phoebe Mills. One event left to go, the floor exercise. It'll be a dandy. The gold, the silver, and the bronze. We'll be right back on ESPN. Been highlighting Christy, of course, the gold and all around. Phoebe gets the silver. Christy tonight so far a gold in the vault and the balance beam. Phoebe with a gold in the uneven and a silver in the vault and the balance beam. Our last event, the floor exercise. First up, Jennifer Barton out of Jacksonville, Florida. She is 4'11", just 89 pounds. She is 15 years of age. And this, she says, is her favorite event. She likes horseback riding and collecting stuffed animals. What do the judges look for now in floor? Entirely different movements.
Well, it's very important that they have great tumbling. As we see here, nice pike double back. And then they have to make a very complete exercise out of elegant and smooth dance movements. Of course, it all has to be well choreographed to the music, and they need a change of pace in the routine. Some slow-moving music and some fast-moving music. Okay, now this is a big tumbling run here. I saw her in warm-up do a triple twist. Let's see if she does it right now. 1, 2, 3. Okay. She was just a little short on the rotation, but it was very clean.
In floor, Bart, can you disguise mistakes just a little bit?
Oh, yes, especially on the landings, and she worked out of that beautifully. Now, here's that change of pace. Slows down the routine a little bit. Nice triple pirouettes. Typically, the girls at this stage of the routine slow the routine down quite a bit so they can catch their breath, because they got one more big tumbling run right here for the dismount. Oh, and an effortless double twist. A very clean routine. She is pretty and she is nice to watch because she has beautiful extension.
Coached by Steve Gerlach at Scats out in Huntington Beach, California, out of Marina High School. Jennifer Barton, 21st on the national team. And she will set the standards right now. Is it tough to go first in the floor exercise? Because like in ice skating, you set the standard by the judges. Absolutely. The judges need to be warmed up just as the gymnasts do too. But she got off to a great start here. It's a pike double back. Perfect form. Nice job on the landing. Okay, now here, we're going to see that triple twist. It's a round off back handspring. Now she's got a crank like you wouldn't believe to make 3 twists all the way around, and she's just a little short. She made about 2 3/4 twists, but she covered beautifully with the landing. The last run was an effortless double twist. She drops right out of it. Very clean performance. There she is, Jennifer Barton out of Jacksonville, Florida, a 9.20 on Friday night. Tonight, a 9.40. She's in the top spot temporarily, 18.60. Robin Richter qualified 4th with a 9.30 on Friday night. Here she is again out of Lincoln, Nebraska. This has been a great competition for Robin. She's been in 3 event finals tonight, and I know she's looking forward to finishing off this great week of competition with a fantastic performance here in the floor exercise. Some of the younger gymnasts, if you can remember back, what experiences did you come away from the festival remembering? I think that's one of the best benefits of this national event, is that we have both the top junior and the top senior members competing together against each other. Oh, too bad. Over-rotated on the pike double back. And you saw the flag go up by the judge in the corner, signifying that she went out of bounds. Right, she goes out of bounds, and that's a 1/10 of a point deduction for going out, and 5/10 of a point deduction for having fallen. And it was a second run as a front to a full. As I was saying earlier, this is a great competition in order to get the junior and the senior national team members together. Not only do they have an opportunity to compete with each other on same teams, but they also get a chance to compete against each other. And I'll tell you, the senior gymnasts better not look over their shoulder too long, because there's some strong juniors coming on. In talking to some of the rhythmic gymnasts the other day, I said, what one memory will you take with you from Houston? They said unanimously the pool party and the Beach Boys concert. Okay, here's the last tumbling run. A nice, clean tuck double back. It's a very difficult dismount. It's unfortunate she got off to such a rough start. Robin Richter out of Lincoln, Nebraska, coached by Peggy Liddick at Nebraska's School of Gymnastics. Now, Robin needed a 9.30 to overtake Jennifer Barton, who's currently in the top spot. From Kelly Garrison, who won the all-around last year.
This back handspring, now she's going to take off. Everything looks... a little more juice than adrenaline might cause you problems. And I think right here she just pulled it too far through, and there's nothing you can do.
And of course your rhythm, the whole routine, mentally now you've got to get it back, and you have no time to pick it up.
She picked back up here with a front through to a full, which is not one of the more difficult tumbling runs, but she did it with good form, very clean. Now this is difficult. This is a tough dismount, a tuck double back. She stands up, perfect position. She's pulling like crazy. A great finish. Unfortunately, had such a rough start that her score is going to have to be low.
There's a gal whose biography reads like an international travel agent, Kelly Garrison. She's competed in Switzerland, and she's competed in Germany, in Canada, in China. She has been all over the place, and she is currently ranked second in the all-around in the 1985 competition here at the U.S. She, of course, won the gold all-around last year and in '82. A veteran, and a lot of pressure on her to keep her ranking. Kelly Garrison qualified with a 9.45. You can see the poise and the experience just as she sets up there.
And she's a wonderful dancer. She has very elegant movement, and she combines with good tumbling as well for a clean exercise. Okay, she backs up into the corner for this first tumbling run. She's got to have good speed right here. Oh, no. I don't know why she did that. That was a round-off back handspring and a backflip with a full twist. In the preliminary competition, she mounted with a pike double back. And maybe she watered back a little bit. Oh, what's happening here? She's going for a triple twist there, and she totally gave up. She's got to get her composure back. There she goes. Okay. That's a 1.5 through to a double twist. I do not know what's happening here. She did the wrong mount, and I think it has really rattled her confidence.
She very quickly then has to improvise the whole program.
Well, actually, the rest of this is clean up through here, but she did make a couple of huge mistakes that beginning, and after she missed the triple turn, it looked like she was going to walk off the floor. You did mention earlier that she had one ankle taped. Well, now she has two ankles taped, and a little low on that double twist. She might be hurting a little bit. She's glad to have that one over with.
A mysterious performance for the veteran on the U.S. team, 19 years of age, out of the University of Oklahoma, Kelly Garrison. Now, she needed a 9.15 to take over the top spot. Jennifer Barton is currently first. Robin Richter is in the second spot. Still to perform, Phoebe Mills, Christy Phillips, and Corinne Wright. Let's see if we can pick up what happened, and it did look like she was about to spin right off the mat and just walk into the locker room and say enough is enough.
Well, right here, she's supposed to do a pike double back, but instead she twists and does a full. Now, I've seen her do a full twisting double back. That usually is a timer for a full twisting double back, but she didn't do that. She just did the full, and yet she didn't do a pike double back as she did in the preliminary competition. Right here, she's going for a triple turn, and she's off, and she looks like, oh, well, I'm out of here. But she knows the music's playing. You got to pick up and finish that exercise. You can't go home then.
Give me a light.
18 years old, out of Northfield, Illinois, Phoebe Mills qualified second with a 9.50. She's got a good shot at the gold.
She does, but Christy Phillips and Corinne White are coming up. Christy, of course, has a 2.5-tenth lead. She'll be hard to catch, but Phoebe needs a great exercise here. If she can do like she did in the preliminary competition, she could be in there. We'll know right now.
Yes. Kick it. That's yours.
Nice work.
Good. All right. Dance it. Right. Control, Phoebe. Control, easy. Easy. Easy, Phoebe. Easy, smooth, controlled. Controlled, easy, smooth. Good. set. That's yours. Right. Right. Okay. Oh, that's nice high. Go, Phoebe, Screws. Go, Phoebe. Oh, that's all.
Well, I'll tell you, the boss thought it was pretty good. And so did 15,630 here in Houston.
Good work. Good job today. Good job again. Good job to this course. High, boys. Nice high.
All right. Well, let's hope the judges enjoyed it half as much as Bella Caroli did. She'd get an 11. Here's the double twist where she almost flew out of the area in the preliminary competition, but she knew at that point she was home free because the first 2 tumbling runs were perfect. It was a very nice exercise for Phoebe Mills. Let's see what happens here on this second pass.
She comes from a very athletic family. Her father, Chris, is a national amputee ski champion. Her mom, Susan, led her 9 times in high school. Her mom moved to Houston to be with Phoebe. The dad keeps the rest of the family in Chicago.
9.5.
Okay, here's the mount. We'll look at it one more time. This is the full twisting double back. She is hauling across that mat. Full in, back flip out. Great landing. She was a little higher than she was in the preliminary competition even.
Phoebe, the national speed skating champion before turning to gymnastics.
Now our next competitor.
And she has 3 brothers and sisters competing in this festival as well. What an athletic family. Phoebe Mills, a 9.55. She's in first place, 19.05. Now Corinne Wright qualified with a 9.25. 17 from Mount Vernon, New York. Already a bronze in the vault here tonight.
And wait till you see this routine. Can she tumble? Okay, here we go. It should be a laid out double back. Boom! Okay! Tremendous start. Does this girl have springs or what?
What a great smile. She's just having fun out there.
There's an easy double twist. Once again, she just walked into it. She has so much power that her only problem is actually controlling it and trying not to fly out of the floor area. Once again, she's slowing the exercise down here. Getting ready for her last tumbling run. She doesn't look at all concerned about it. There's a tuck double back. Tremendous finish. And another layout. She wants to tumble all day.
Coached by Andy Antonoli of the Gym Cats in Yonkers, New York. Corinne Wright, she needed a 9.80 to overtake Phoebe Mills, and yet to compete, Christy Phillips. Currently 6th in the United States. Corinne Wright, 4'7", 100 pounds, second year on the senior national team. This, of course, her favorite event.
And let's look at this layout double back. This is the first time all day that she hasn't taken a skill casually. This thing is tough. She lays that thing back. Good rotation. It's not very high, but the trick is to have tremendous rotation in the laid out position. Okay, once again, there it is. She lays that baby back. It's not really high, as I mentioned, but boy, does she flip. Okay, now here's the second tumbling run. She literally cruises into this double twist. Drops right out of it.
There is Corinne Wright, and her score on the floor exercise, a 9.30. 18.55 is her total. So right now she's looking at a bronze medal. But this young lady, 14 years of age, out of Baton Rouge, Christy Phillips, All she needs is a 9.30 to take over the top spot currently held by Phoebe Mills and make it a triple here tonight. You can hear Bella in the background. Another of Bella's kids, Christy Phillips again.
Okay, let's see if she can make her new mount. It's a full twisting double back. Okay.
All right, dance it, Christy. All right. Sure. Hop and hop and hop. Good. Right. Nice and smooth. Smooth, controlled. Controlled normal. Controlled. Go faster. Controlled, yeah.
Great pike double back for a second run.
Right, nice and long.
You know, with Bella, you almost think he's in radio control.
Nice run. Let's go. Go, Christy.
Okay, last run. Double twist, perfect.
Christy Phillips, she has 2 gold tonight, trying for a triple, and she, of course, won the gold all-round.
That was good. All right. You put the competition again. Good job, buddy. Good job.
She hopes to be an orthodontist. With that smile, that'd be some inspiration. Well, we will total things up. Let's take a look at the second pass and the dismount. Here's the mount second pass.
Okay, right here is the toughest part of her exercise. This is new for her. She is moving. It's round off back handspring, now full in. It's not really high, but she does a great job at pulling it around. This is the pass I was a little bit worried about because this is pretty difficult late in the routine. It's a pike double back. She stands it up, pulls it around. That was easy. And once again, here's the dismount. This is pretty easy. A double twist for her is very easy as a dismount.
Now we will clear the floor of all of our judges.
Very clean twist. And she knew she was home free.
And how about the coach? Is he happy? Oh, yeah. Bella Caroli and 2 of Bella's kids sweeping the competition here tonight. Christy Phillips won the gold in the all-around on Friday evening. Phoebe Mills got the silver. Christy Phillips tonight makes it a triple in the vault, the balance beam, and the floor exercise. Jennifer Barton gets the bronze with that performance, a 9.40 tonight, 18.60 her total. Robin Richter, 8.70 this evening, and 18.00 total. Kelly Garrison, a mysterious ending tonight, lost her concentration, lost any shot at a medal, and fell out of favor. Phoebe Mills gets the silver spot. She had a triple in silver with the vault, the balance beam, and the floor exercise. And Corinne Wright finishes up with 18.55, the young lady out of Yonkers, New York. And there's our leader in the all-round, and the young gal with the triple in the vault, the balance beam, and the floor. And there are the final results once again. It's been a great night of gymnastics. Bart Connor alongside. Don't go away. More Olympic Festival on ESPN.
The beam shall now await the performance of Rob Kiefer. Now, we've mentioned that this squad needs 18.838 to advance to the gold medal round, and with Mohini's routine, that puts them well within reach.
Certainly. This mount is amazing. He'll do a